Oke, everybody, welcome back to my channel, guys. Senang sekali bisa berdota kembali ya, guys. Thanks for watching buat teman-teman yang lagi nonton live stream ataupun buat teman-teman yang lagi nonton replay. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, dan komennya juga. Dan ini masih di event TI ya, guys. Aku udah lama nggak nonton karena aku baru kembali, my friend. Oh my god, kangen sekali. Coba aku nonton dikit dulu.
When gaming gladiators start making moves for the cause of Liquid.
Oh, Tim Liquid versus Gaming.
This mid matchup is hype. I mean, it's very, very even. Just 100 gold difference between the two of them.
They're going to hit sort of levels at a pretty similar pace here in the mid.
But the puck can stay sustained a little bit easier, I would say, at this point, just because of that constant healing that's coming out. So Nisha actually does get pushed away from the lane.
They're going to go for Duracho. Straight away, they see that he's alone. The TP comes in from Mikke. Duracho's gone.
Guys, aku lihat Magang tuh di mana ya? Lihat di mana sih? Lihat bagannya di mana, gengs? Kompadium. Gak bisa aku. Mana sih? Kok aku nggak bisa tahu? Ini maksudnya final apa? Di sini harusnya ada sih. Tar. Wah, 400.000 guys. Mana sih bagannya tuh? Bagannya nggak kelihatan loh. Wah, ada reroll 2 nih. Permenku dikit ya, nggak ada yang bagus. Nah, ini jadi 3 tapi habis semua. Nambah 1 ya candy-nya. Wait. Di mana ya aku lihat untuk bagannya? Di sini kagak ada. Hadiahnya sekarang cuma 2 juta dolar, guys. Kalau dulu itu nyampe 40, itu pun ya totalnya gitu kan. Kalau sekarang cuma 2 juta. Anjir. Jauh banget. Nah, ini dia standingnya. Wait. Oh, wow. Apa bracket? Anjir, ini kita udah final. Oh, final ini, guys. Final TI loh. Ya, aku ketinggalan jauh dong. Dah, aku nonton dulu, gengs.
get one of the faster ags timings you'll see on a bristleback this patch.
I imagine it's just to get a really, really farm DK. Maybe at some point the Silver Edge later down the lines can be something they look for an answer, but I would imagine it's the Ratio, getting this armlet, getting this type of crazy type of farm to deal with him, because besides that, their damage is definitely quite limited versus a very farmed Bristle in the early game. And speaking of very farmed Bristle, he does still have those stacks to go back to as well, which I believe is like a double stack and a triple on the Ancients.
Yeah, that's insane. Actually, if things continue like this is going to be a completely insane Agadim's timing.
Yep.
This game for 33. He's already half the way there. As you say, with stacks to plenty, he'll be in a very, very solid time. And across the board, though, the 3 cores of Gladiators do have the tools to make plays. Definitely on heroes outside of the Bristle. So we'll see what Gaming Gladiators look to make their moves. And just in general, look to see if they try and check out this area and get some information regarding the stacks of Team Liquid. Celery, been caught in.
Big Wrath of Nature.
And with the burst coming in as well from the Snowball, Stampede is not going to get Celery out in time. Same time up top, Duracho is going to try and set him on a 33.
Really
he really is, and backup is in for it. And Sania holds back Duracho. With these 2 heroes, there's just not a chance. Even with Quinn being present, he knows that using a Dream Coil there is just not going to do a whole lot at all. This Bristleback is very unlikely to die unless they bring all 5. And even at that, it might not still be an easy job.
No, absolutely. It's going to be till later on when they have the answers, especially like we were saying, the DK, or if they can get him actually facing the right target, because they do have stuns at the least to be able to stop and hold that Bristleback in place. Nisha?
Going to try and get the catch. Nisha optic to immediately break the Dream Coil. TP's were going to come in, but they've actually backed off on that Gaming Gladiators. They know they're not getting a kill quick and easy. Nisha's going to be fine. He's ended up under the tower, jumping over towards the orb in an attempt to get away from Nisha and Insania. He's got another orb to try and break away. Have they got anything to stop it? They have not. So Quinn is able to dance safely back to the side of Celery's Enchantress.
Almost had the vision there from Nisha. If he was able to get that toss, the phase shift and everything was actually down, could have almost maybe gotten that pocket. But they're going to smoke instantly, even without the coil at the ready. This is a very unexpected move that could catch Liquid off guard here. They're going to throw the scan.
Let's see what they can find. Mickey would be the ideal catch.
I mean, they have this deep ward. It's about to expire as well, too. Mickey might not see this coming. That ward was literally right outside the sentry range.
Yeah, this is a solid play here from Gaming Gladiators, but it will get shown now. So TPs do start to come through. Maybe these 2 can't get the burst off in time to kill him off. Mickey's going to come in with the stone.
They got Quinn
from Boxy, and indeed they just turn and kill Quinn off.
Boxy was that was the fastest TP I've ever seen. It was literally before they even showed on the smoke. It felt like that was crazy. He's on point with this Tusk.
It looked like they were going to get away with it as well, if it weren't to be for this pesky Tusk. Boxy, save after save.
Mickey's doing some really cool little stuff here too. Just planting this tree for extra damage. That's actually kind of neat. Just this GG branch with his innate. Actually very cool. I don't think I've seen many people do that. I was wondering why he was just randomly dropping the GG branch, and I'm like, oh, very cool.
The farm continues, and indeed this Bristleback 33. He's completely out of control. The Aghanims, ridiculous timing here, pre-12 minutes, I believe.
That's insane. And he's got the Voodoo Mask.
Yeah, the Spell Life Steal's already out on top of it.
Overall, looking at the lineup of Gaming Gladiators too, nobody really wants to build a Vessel. I mean, Vessel's kind of a dead item right now, but no one wants to build Vessel, and Shiva's is not going to come down for ages, even if it does come out for something like Puck. So definitely going to be some problems that they have with this Bristle.
I mean, for Gaming Gladiators, what sort of item timing or strength do you think they're looking towards to make their move this game?
I think it's going to be pretty farm heavy, actually, on this side gaming. I feel like it's a very different strategy that they've gone for this game around. Usually they're around like 25-minute aura timings. There's a lineup where we may not even see too many auras come out from either side, let's be honest with you. So definitely a bit of a different kind of style game that it could lead up to these like late games, which I think we're all looking forward to, because we've had quite a bit of these games around like the 20 to 35-minute mark that kind of end. This one could get pretty late game if they end up playing just for this farm game, which for gaming, it looks like they want to. So Liquid definitely have a way to set tempo, though. They have this Bristleback who's massive. They can force objectives very early on, and that's what it feels like they're going to start doing, playing around 33.
Yeah, we'll have to see how much they can force, because indeed, if the game gets to a point where we're sort of 25 minutes in and the Bristol's at the high ground of Gaming Gladiators are going to have to come in with some sort of answer.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's definitely the ideal play that Liquid wants to do, is pressure the map early.
Strong lead in from Quinn. So they have the damage, evading the Stampede and the Who Stomp. They certainly will. Mickey, there's no saving him this time. Gaming Gladiators think it's the kill, but can they get out? Nisha is in with the combo. Avalanche to follow up onto both Nisha, onto Quinn and Celery. Snowball over towards Quinn. They've got the stun to punch up. They're taking Quinn out. Celery, he's been caught in by the shards. 33 and Insane are ready to chase down Ace. Celery's going to TP out as Liquid. They'll look for the bigger target instead, getting Ace as well.
They'll get the trades. And the more advantageous ones, they do have to swing 4 heroes down here, so it's quite a bit expended. Dyrachyo will be happy to be able to farm off of that timing. But Liquid, it's such quick reactions that they've been able to do here. And Nisha now at this point has a very large separation between him and Quinn. The amp damage rune already finished up onto him, or amp damage is on in for him, and he's gonna have a phylactery pretty early on. So the scaling is also gonna come from Nisha.
It's just taking that little bit more time and just been that bit more hard for Quinn to find successful kills off the back of his Dream Coil plays.
He has to just be so careful because there is this type of explosive damage. The Tiny is always going to be a bit of a problem for him. And Boxy so far, no matter what lineup he's against, it feels like if he gets his Tusk is a problem.
It's a nice play there, Celery with the Wild Wing Ripper trying to tear himself away from Nisha. Nisha for now is going to continue to chase.
They've got the TP coming in.
Indeed, Nisha. Slowly playing around with Celery. They've got the numbers here. Insania, Boxy, Mikke, the whole team pretty much turning up to get another kill on the board here, Liquid.
And the crazy thing in the meantime, look where 33 is. He's just occupying the enemy triangle, kind of challenging them, telling them to come at him because he knows he's pretty much invulnerable unless they bring all 5. Buys an early shard as well too, so he's got the hairball even stronger. He is a big problem. Dyrachyo is farming, but he needs a couple bit more items before he wants to be able to join versus this Bristle. Armlet, S and Y, and then yeah, we see that Silver Edge is going to eventually, of course, be queued up onto Dyrachyo. But that's going to take time, and Liquid, they can thrive off just occupying the map with this 3K advantage. With this early Blink Dagger, with this aggression, they can play with the Tusk.
Looking for the setup around the mid, Liquid.
Big
Getting the jump in Nisha. He's able to get the setup straight away. They want to try and burst through the Enchantress. The heals are up for Celery. It's too much damage though, Liquid. They can get pretty much any kill that they jump for right now. Mikke's ready to lead in for more. Looks towards Quinn, but the orb is back up.
He's slowed down.
They've got his Stampede. They absolutely have to, but Nisha's able to still get him with the toss. The Stampede doesn't matter. Nisha still able to close the gap and take Quinn out.
Liquid's playing too fast for this gaming strategy at the moment. Yes, Dyrachyo is farming, but everybody else is starting to fall further and further behind. They haven't been able to really involve Tofu either. I know he's just sitting back, kind of trying to get some farm going, but they can't even reset and avoid the fights that Liquid's bringing to them. The timings are accelerating fast. And they're losing access to so much. At 33, he just keeps taking away these Ancients. I believe they've been stacking some Ancients on their side, cleaning them up too. So they're farming, it feels like 70% of the map. Gaming under a lot of pressure here.
That Silver Edge, as you say, cannot come any sooner for Dyrachyo. He needs it yesterday, really, against this Bristle. I mean, once it's there, that will be the big test of whether Gaming Gladiators can bring together a fight to slow Liquid down.
Yeah, but it's not just the Bristle, right? It's Nisha scaling. Mikke is starting to get some scaling too, even though he's died twice. He is getting closer and closer to having his big item. He actually has it. Sorry. So Gleipnir's already done, so Liquid can just keep looking to pressure. Gaming could really struggle in the damage department to kind of dissuade and push them off these towers, or if that early Roche, because Liquid feels like they have options right now how they want to pressure the map.
Oh yeah, they're ready to get in under the tier 2 tower. If Nisha sees a chance to jump, he's going to be straight in for it. He's got an arcane rune in the bottle as well.
He's got that phylactery, so that burst damage, it's there. They're going to start to hit this tower here. Tofu wants to try to slow it down, but you can see the way that Gaming's postured on the map. They don't want to go for a full-out fight around here.
I mean, Liquid's going to have a pretty good idea that Gaming Gladiators is playing from this tree line. Indeed, Quinn and Tofu, they've just got it back right away up to the high ground, up to the base. There's going to be no defense outside of a fortification here. They'll push them back temporarily.
This tower's going down. Oh, they actually lose the Treant there. Whoopsie, Mikke. Bit of miss Micron.
Quinn, again, sort of having eyes on this area of the map, but he can't really start anything right now. All he can sort of do is just sit back and watch whilst Liquid takes these towers.
It's so dangerous for him to step up. Just this tiny pick, it's honestly working wonders to just not allow this puck to have any type of opportunities in the map to split things up, going to get any type of that extra farm. Quinn is very poor right now, bottom of the course.
Really looking to be all on Dyrachyo.
Yeah, it definitely is right now. And look at the positioning, like Celery, he's trying to find desperate places to farm, but there's a ward, and they will find him again.
You just can't hide on the map right now from Liquid. They will find you.
Firm control. Roche soon on the menu. Maybe they'll wait for it to shift down to bottom, but yeah, they really feels like they can kind of go anywhere right now. And of course, 33, he gets the Vampire Fangs. I know Sand Kings have been the ones kind of thriving off of this one, but this is definitely one of those other heroes that can become pretty much unkillable on top of already being unkillable. This just adds an extra layer.
Yeah, they've just not been able to slow him down one bit this game. It's just been completely free for 33. It's 19 minutes so far.
And Quinn, he got spotted for a second there, his orb. we'll just be able to split it up.
They just have to keep so much distance between themselves and Liquid, and even at that, as we're seeing, Liquid, for good setup of Mickey TPing in and getting the catch with the Gleipnir, they can still find kill opportunities. So Gaming Gladiators, they're having to play so cautious right now.
They're just, this is probably one of the, I think this might be one of the first times I've seen this tournament that Gaming is just full out split farming. They don't really want a full out fight, but Nisha now shows.
See if they can punish Nisha here on his own.
He's got a regen rune.
Backup is coming over. I don't think they're killing this Tiny. Nisha's ready to turn things around. Gaming Gladiators have got to run. Quinn will be able to jump down to the low ground in time. Tofu comes in with the song, and that may just be enough to save Ace. Indeed, Ace will get out. Tofu able to make sure there'll be no casualties this time for Gaming Gladiators.
Look how much they just expended, though. They're trying to get Nisha, and he had the regen rune. He's full HP. This tier 2, it's gonna fall.
And it seemed like even if he didn't, I don't know if they were getting him there.
Okay. They used it. I mean, this is their high ground glyph. This is a dangerous one to use at times when you are behind like this.
Let's see how much Liquid want to push it. Tower's gone. They're going to be tempted to maybe take the Tormentor first. Should be able to get that pretty easily here with 33 on the Bristle.
Yeah.
There's going to be no struggle taking this one away from Gaming Gladiators. So Tormentor for Liquid, just a shard there for Boxy.
They used the glyph. They're forcing because this glyph is on cooldown.
I mean, we talked about what do they do when 33 on this Bristle is approaching your high ground at 25 minutes. I mean, it's happening at 20 minutes.
I'm sure Jenkins is losing it. These glyphs that people use sometimes, they're very, very dangerous.
I've got the blink now on Quinn, but
they need more
going
damage.
in for action, it just does not seem appealing.
No, they need the next item, really, on Duracho, but the items are just flirting it too fast from Liquid. Roche, it's up if they want to go for it, but they're still looking to apply pressure around here, at least deny away this Wisdom Rune.
And at the same time, just making sure that they keep the efficiency up Liquid.
Absolutely.
Nisha continues to clean up stacks in the jungle that are being made, and Mickey just finding completely free space on the other side of the map, far, far away from any chance of Gaming Gladiators getting out and finding him.
And Liquid's Tricore is looking beautiful. And overall for Gaming Gladiators, they kind of are in this 4 Protect 1 away bit for this DK because of how hard the Pucks game has gone. Yes, Pucks can scale, but right now Quinn is in a very dangerous position versus this Tiny.
Duracho tries to get out with this early play, but sentries are already laid down. They're already prepared for it. And of course, at this stage, still just the Shadow Blade alone. He's quite a bit more until he's got the fully fledged Silver Edge. So for now, the farm just has to continue for Gaming Gladiators. Quinn?
Liquid just wants to force it. The glyph, it's still on cooldown for some time.
I mean, it may be at a point, maybe Gaming Gladiators just have to let this set of racks go.
It might feel like it, yeah.
It's a tough call to make, but in reality, what do you have right now
you can't
to stop this push?
Bristle. You cannot touch this Bristleback.
And Quinn's here, but outside of an illusory orb, that's about it really when it comes to the defense. Tofu just nearly getting cleaned up by the Nature's Wrath.
What? Hey, their axes are just gone.
They just don't have the defense right now. They don't have the answer. They have to let Liquid take that full set.
Dangerous times here for the side of Gaming. It's pretty much all on Duracho at this point now, if the Silver Edge is even gonna matter now. Because like you said, it's a tri-scaling core lineup here for Liquid. They can go back for Roche and look to probably continue this pressure here.
And they just have so many saves as well. If Duracho is able to kind of get in and start off the action on a core, it's incredibly likely Boxy and Insania, they're gonna get the saves off. Sure, Gaming Gladiators, they've got some ways to get to the back lines between the blink of Ace and the blink of Quinn. But finding both of Liquid supports, it's not going to be easy.
No, and it's the thing is too, is just these heroes are not squishy by any means too. I'm just still looking at damage. Yeah, they'll have break, let's say, right, for the DK on this DK for this Bristle. But Tiny has 3,000 HP. Bristle also has like 2,600. The Nature's Prophet is also incredibly tanky too. They may be able to focus fire on one target, but it feels very difficult for them to bring down all of these heroes. And Liquid is also, they've been gathering Lotus's own. So on top of having this tankiness, they have a greater healing Lotus as well in the Shadow Demon to limit even more of that damage that Gaming Gladiators is lacking. They're gonna keep this pressure going. Celery.
To put the Stampede. And Gaming Gladiators, they don't want to lose even the supports at this point, just try and stop the bleeding.
Glyph is back up. Duracho in a dangerous position up here.
It's going to be another objective that Gaming Gladiators, they're not going to want to do anything about.
There's 4 minutes still left on this Aegis too. Liquid can look to continue pressure. They do have to address the lanes a little bit here, but Mickey, he can always just back up and join his team. 33's forcing it. Strategy right now is working beautifully from Liquid. Ace has bought it. I mean, they need this type of healing reduction, right? So a Shiva's on a Centaur. They need to try to fight and push this back. They cannot lose another set.
These are the two big item timings. Ace with the Shivas, and now Duracho with the Silver Edge. They're going to try and start off the action very quickly. They'll be able to take the Aegis out of 33's hands.
That's the one.
Foxy and Mikhail will turn attention over towards Ace. He's able to put the flame out. So for using the song, Gaming Gladiators, they're going to consider if they want to do something aggressive or if they want to hold back. They'll step off to the side of the fight for now.
Nisha.
Oh, he's going to get caught by the enemies. Then we'll get dragged to the side here by the Drinking, but he's recalled down on the three of them. Duracho and Celery trying to bring the damage. They're doing a lot here. Bring the load down. Save Nisha out. They're going to be able to take down Foxy. 33's going to get pumped up by the heel of the Lotus, stability from Insania passing it over. 33 will be able to back away, but Gaming Gladiators, they'll continue the chase. Orb comes in from Quinn. They're in onto Insania. 33 and Mickey, they're looking to bail out of the fight. Duracho, can he get us off in time? He can't. The two cores will get out, but Gaming Gladiators, a successful defense. The big items come in just in time between the Shivas and the Silver Edge. It gives them that extra bit of power to push Liquid back.
It was exactly when they needed it. If they didn't get these items pretty much at that exact moment, these Raxes are going down. And it does seem to catch Liquid off guard. Their Nisha, a very overzealous blink forward, gets himself caught in no man's land.
We'll see again here.
Like, watch this jump from Nisha. This was very, very dangerous. Because it just puts his team in position where they can just get gone on afterwards, and they have to kind of react to try to save him, and it ends up setting up Quinn with, I think, a 3-man Dream Coil.
Yeah, immediately what Duracho finding him with that Dragon Tail stun as he gets caught in the front. I mean, just that whole sort of start where Tofi uses the song to allow them to back off. You know, they were ready to hold back and not do anything, but at the same time, they were also ready if Liquid were to go that little bit too deep and make that sort of aggressive play, and that indeed was what ended up happening. They get punished, Liquid. Gaming Gladiators taking away some of that lead.
It's big. That's what their lineup was about. It's not the standard Gaming Gladiators lineup that they usually go for. It's a much more scaling one. They do need to be able to protect themselves for these next... I mean, the pushes are going to continue coming, so they just have to be prepared and make sure that Duracho stays at this top net worth.
Because, yeah, I guess that's the question. After that sort of defense, you know, if you're Liquid and you get pushed back like that, you don't have the Aegis anymore. You're going to have to wait a long time until Roshan's back up. What's the game plan? Can you afford to sit back, or do you have to keep your foot on the pedal and go again?
I think you want to keep your foot on the pedal. It's probably just playing around like one of these extra BKB timings, though. When you see that type of pressure play come happen, you're like, okay, our Tiny will go BKB probably, and then also the Bristle back just to be able to force the issue or force the next Roche fight. And they do have at least the one on the Bristle. I see Nisha, he still went a little bit greedy. He did go Echo Saber instead of the BKB just yet. But they do have a triple BKB timing, so I'd imagine, yeah, they still want to look to pressure. Gaming, they just want to keep looking to scale, but they can fight if it comes to their high ground.
Duracho feeling more confident now to farm in some riskier positions on the map.
I'm wondering if he does want to go down this Satanic route, or if he does feel like he wants even more damage. Both feel good.
A smoke play from Liquid. They're ready to try and see if they can get a catch outside of the base that could lead them into the possibility of pushing for the high ground once more.
So it's two BKBs. They have lanes in good position too. This bottom lane is always going to keep pushing in because of that early rack that they got. So looking to swing and catch somebody, but Gaming, they're ready for this. Prepared inside the base, just using the illusions to split push.
I guess the question is if they themselves want to go for a play in return. They do have smokes available on Celery.
They've got a nice little semi-push going up top with this Dark Troll Summoner. They will use the glyph on the side of Liquid to stop it. Looks like they do want to at least deny around this Wisdom Rune again. They want to fight on the side of Liquid, but Gaming, they are smoked.
They want to go as well. They're going to have to wait a little bit of time for the Elder Dragon form to come back up for Duracho. 30 seconds, so have it kind of comboing in with the ending of that smoke.
And look at the neutral item that Duracho chose too. I mean, he's just jacked up on the armor. He gets the Craggy coat. Not usually the most ideal for the damage potential, but he's sitting at 45 armor or more.
That's fair. It's a whole lot of physical coming out from Team Liquid.
For sure.
So start to tentatively head out to the base, Gaming Gladiators, but for now, Liquid very much elsewhere. As the minutes close in towards the next Roshan respawn. And by the looks of it, I think, yeah, Liquid, maybe they do just wait for this to come in and return, as they know after that last attempt to push high ground, that didn't go too hot for them. They've got to be very careful about how they go for it again. They're regaining that lead. We're starting to see that net worth grow once more, backed up to a 5k lead for Liquid with these more passive moments.
Always inside the base though. It's more dangerous than those like outside fights when you're diving, committing forward. So around that Roche fight in 2 minutes or so, that's probably what Liquid is looking for, like you were saying. The BKB still will be stalled out from Nisha, but Nisha did find himself a Nemesis curse. So
Duracho,
looking at some of these
the Silver Edge touching onto 33. He can. The Dragon Tail stun to follow things up. the who's up with the saves there. Snowball's in and Boxy's ready to help turn things around. TP comes in from Mickey. They're going to look straight over towards Tofu, try and get the squishy kills first, and with the BK being popped by Mickey, he can continue to punch into Tofu. And Tofu's surviving for this damage. Mickey's not got quite enough to kill Tofu off, and Tofu, he's able to get away. Liquid the turn towards Ace instead, but the Stampede's out. The Sprout's there to try and stop him. He cuts his way out, but Boxy's got the punch up. Ace, he'll get one more who's up, but he'll fall. Now they'll turn over towards Duracho. Liquid trying to surround him. Quinn looks to jump the backline for the toss-ups there. They have the burst to bring Duracho down. The Dream Core comes out, but it's a little too late. Gaming Gladiators, they're running out of damage. They have to run. They have to escape. And Liquid, they're going to try and do their best not to let them. Nisha back in with another toss combo onto Celery. Liquid take the team fight.
Gaming thought they could re-go. They had the break potential. We saw Duracho, he turns and gets that second hit, but it's an instant disruption from Insania, and they just turn and get right on top of him. He is still semi-fragile on this DK if they have those numbers. And now a 10,000 gold lead, they can look to barrel it down. They can look for another lane here.
They certainly can. No need to necessarily wait now for the Roshan respawn. 33 at level 20. Storming down the mid here. And Tofu's trying to cut sort of the waves with the illusions, but Liquid can quickly clean through those.
Bloodstone's about to be finished for him too. So, I mean, you didn't kill him yet. You killed him the once on the Aegis with the Silver Edge. The Bloodstone's gonna make it a lot harder. Quinn trying to stall things out. Backdoor kicks in for a second here.
Now they really don't want to have to use Duracho's buyback. 20 seconds until he's back, and they've got the fortification. So they should be able to push Liquid back without the presence of the DK.
But another flurry of items going to come out, and I believe they also lost their gem in that last engagement. Celery, he had it for, what, 5-6 minutes or something. Now they have it on Insania, so overall all these wards that Gaming did place with that type of outside movement, they're all gone. So the vision is completely gone from them. The map is dark. And that Roche, it's going to be potential soon. Let's see how quick the spawn is. Gaming have to be prepared.
McKay's got his next time done, the full Silver Edge. So in a situation where we saw, you know, that last team fight, a bit of a messy start in where they were trying to focus Tofu, but they didn't quite have the damage to bring him down. With that extra bit of damage the Silver Edge brings, it should be a little easier to dispatch of the supports during the Song of the Siren if Mickey gets his BKB off first.
And now they can, to be honest with you, they might be able to do initiations onto a DK. If Duracho shows himself aggressively, there could be a tossback, a break, and this DK will look very fragile. So big damage increase coming out from Mickey. Gaming have to be positioned down here. They have to be ready for the Roche spawn. Trying to get ward control.
They absolutely want to contest this. Liquid.
They're sneaking in. They've got the vision.
And
they see the
the opening. The Avalanche toss combo straight away, bringing them down to about 10% HP here almost on the puck. Quinn, he's got to get out. He's dead. Boxy's in with a punch up. Quinn's out of the fight. Celery, he'll try for the TP out. They got anywhere to stop it. They don't. So Celery will live, but that's Quinn out for a full minute.
It's no hesitation. The second they put the ward down, it's an instant jump. They got dropped, what? It was like 10% HP just from the combo from Nisha. There's no way that Gaming can react in time. That Roche, 15 seconds, but they'll have more than enough time to get it.
And we're seeing multiple times as well, you know, Boxy with the blink, he's now
so quick.
More than ready to catch Quinn after he's tried to jaunt out with the Illusory Orb. It's always there with a follow-up, Boxy.
And even though Quinn, he does have like Defiant Shell and all this little bit of extra armor and stuff, he is still just very burstable from all this damage that Liquid has at this point.
Yeah, massive amounts being done by that the Nature's Wrath from Mickey. As the farm continues, as he's ready to now swing over towards that Roche pit. I'll pick up another Aegis here.
Just realized Mickey's just 0, 2, and 12. He's just the assist king this game with those Wrath of Natures.
Yeah, the highest kills they have right now. It's all on Boxy.
It's all on Boxy.
He's got 7 kills right now, 7, 2, and 6 on his tusk.
Him and Nisha have really just putting a hurt onto Quinn. This game in particular, it's every single time Quinn showed, they double jump him and he's either dead or put in a position where he just can't really fight afterwards. The fact that Nisha got Nemesis Curse also does make it a lot harder for Quinn to survive that huge burst damage that comes out. They do have Duracho with this data list, but it's no defensive items really for him whatsoever.
I like it though. It's all in on the damage.
He has to go all in.
All in on the damage here for Duracho.
It is really a 4 protect 1 in the utmost, so he needs to just go all in on this. And this next fight, it's probably the most important one for them.
Yeah, if he gets to freely attack, you cannot underestimate how much this dragon's gonna hit hard.
And they have the buff ups, right? I believe Tofu did finish a Flads as well. They had the Solar Crest from the last fight too, so just throw everything onto him and hope for the best.
See what they can get. This is gonna be into 33's Aegis.
And 33 with that Bloodstone that was finished up on top of the other items that he's got now. He is even tankier, and there's a double save as well too, so they need to find the back line they need to do some crazy type of simultaneous initiation.
Let's see how prepared Liquid's for this, because Liquid's going to know that their creeps are pushing all the way up to Gaming Gladiators base, and Gaming Gladiators, they're not doing anything about it, so Liquid, they'll know that they're out on the map.
They got the scan. Oh, puts him on the cliff.
Indeed, okay. He's going to get dragged back down though, Boxy, having to make sure that 33 doesn't get stuck in any awkward spots there on the cliff.
Vega's taking the base.
Ace has got to put the stampede. They've got to try and get out of this because Quinn, he's been caught by the initial combo. Tofu does have the potential of the song if required to get Quinn out of this.
He's caught by the stun.
I mean, the Snowball's going to catch on to him. The song comes out. And it's going to be enough to allow time for Quinn to get away from this. Yeah, he's out with the blink. Tofu coming in clutch with the save, but indeed at the same time in the base, what happened, Fog?
He took the racks. I mean, he got caught because of the Invis DK sneaking around, but he got the objective, so well worth it for him to be able to get that racks.
Dracho in the mid. He wants to try and finish this job off. Quinn, it's a big coil. Nisha has to put the BKB and run. He's too low to want to stick around for this one.
Liquid got to look to reset for those 60 seconds. Gaimin can't quite take advantage after getting this kill on the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, losing another set of racks when you're at this deficit is painful.
Yeah, the rack potential as strong as ever.
Always.
With this Nature's Prophet, especially with the amount of farm that Mickey has. They'll certainly be looking for that sort of play again, and respect Gaming Gladiators, they've got to be prepared for it. And
there's only one more.
It can be something that works their favor. If they can set up a successful trap for the Nature's Prophet, it could be the beginning of Mickey's demise.
I don't think Mickey's going to go for some type of play. I think now it's like he's going to join his team and look to go for the press, because there's only one lane remaining. He doesn't need to take that type of crazy risk. That one was just, he tried to seize an opportunity because he saw a couple people. It was just a nice move from Dyrachyo to catch him off guard there. But Liquid, I imagine when he respawns, they're just going to look to group. And we'll see how Gaming can fight back. For Dyrachyo's damage is definitely there if he's able to get these attacks off. New neutral item soon too would be quite nice for him. I know the Craggy gives him some defensive capability, but we all want just full out aggression for Dyrachyo.
Yeah, going to go straight for that Ags out to the Silver Edge, and now over towards the Tormentor. They'll be able to take this one. The smoke comes out from Liquid. They want to make the most out of these final couple of minutes of 33's Aegis.
2 minutes remaining on it. Quinn has to be careful of his positioning. So much burst damage if they see him.
See how quick his reactions are if they do get the chance to jump him. And Quinn, he's not going to play to take any chances. He's back to base.
Okay, joining the squad. They're smoked up.
Creeps are being cut at the moment in the mid lane, but the top lane pushing in. Nisha or Boxy both ready for potential initiation. It's just going to be the illusion for now, baiting some of the action.
Smoke didn't break.
Could look to go again around the mid, but Gaming Gladiators likely to sit a safe space away from Liquid here. Nobody wants to get caught by the jump of Nisha.
33's gone for Greaves of his own. I mean, that's very interesting. Just extra little aura. Drinking buddies.
Quinn's going to try and jump in with the waning wrist onto the three of them. Ace tries to come with the follow-up, but the Avalanche trips him up. The Dream Core's down, but the BKB's popped by Mickey. Back off for now here, Liquid.
33, standing his ground.
They continue just to be this sort of impenetrable brick wall between Liquid and Gaming Gladiators.
And they did get the tower. Did get whittled down from these constant hits from the tree and from those tosses. Does eventually die. DK form was used as well too, so there will perhaps be a little bit of a window if Liquid wants to siege once that DK form goes down.
And we'll see how strong they feel with the last seconds or so of this Aegis.
Dyrachyo.
He's going to try and start the action in Turai and see if they can take down 33 quickly. 33's dragged out to the side. Disruption comes out. They're going to be able to keep 33's first life alive a little bit longer as 33's able to back away. In fact, now he's ready to aggressively move it. He pops the Bloodstone. He heals incredibly up. As Celery's been burst down, has to buy back here on the Enchantress.
And Boxy's still alive.
And they've still got 20 seconds on 33's Aegis. They get another stun connection on towards 33. Can they even finish him off the once? The Snowball comes in from Boxy. Punch him as well. The song comes in from Tofu. Tries to get Gaming Gladiators back to a safe spot. Quinn's able to jump away here. Tofu bailing the team out.
Drinking buddies.
It's about to get taken away from him. So 33 will get tossed back to safety. Liquid, they'll pull back with the Aegis expiring.
How is Boxy living all these moves? He kept himself at, what, 10% HP, it felt like, for 30 seconds. That was a lot used there from Gaimin. 10 seconds till DK form. 33.
With the opening. They don't quite have the damage though, and again the disruption save there from Insania. Ace is caught on the front, they're bursting through the Centaur incredibly quickly. Ace is gone and he doesn't have buyback.
The saves every single time. One final racks remaining. Ace down for 60. Gaimin, can they continue holding on? Liquid, they'll back up and reset off of that.
They will. I think a little bit of a sigh of relief there for Gaming Gladiators in a situation where they don't have their Centaur. Ace for 50 seconds. Liquid are going to actually pull back away from them and not try and continue the push quite now.
So many of these fights, Gaming's just getting caught from what I think it was a 3-man Ava toss there, and then a Wrath of Nature comes through, and multiple heroes are just at sub 50% HP. It's scary for them to commit afterwards. And these two supports on Liquid, they have to be addressed. Somehow they have to start getting like extra silences or something, because the saves, they're perfect. The disruptions are coming out almost instantly. The drinking buddy snowballs, etc. It's there just too fast. Gaming have to try to stop this.
I mean, on paper, you've got to imagine it's Quinn on the puck that's got to find the position to disrupt the disruptions effectively, put a stop to these sort of players coming in from the back lines.
Duracho has found another damage item, so Mindbreaker from that neutral item, of course, and he has the Aghanims finished up, so a bit stronger and almost 25. Quinn as well has kicked up the pressure. Parasma is finished with a Mindbreaker of his own, so maybe like even these little silences or something that he can do with these extra attacks could be a little bit of an X-factor difference maker. Still very difficult for Gaiman. They can't get through these tanky cores with these double saves.
And Liquid, really with how long they were able to get the action going throughout the end of that Aegis, it's getting close to the time where we will see Roshan pop up once more. And Liquid, with this sort of lead, maybe not too much of a reason to take too many risks. So
I think they'll wait for that, Roche.
I think so too.
Duracho trying to do some sneaky plays here, but he's
got eyes on him. He's going to get the jump. 33's coming in with the damage. Backup is there for Duracho. Duracho's able to bail up to the high ground. Gaming Gladiators do split Liquid relatively apart. They fully commit over towards Insania, but he's able to get the self-disruption off. Nisha, eyes over towards Tofu. They've been able to burst through the two supports. This is the sort of fight the Gaming Gladiators needed in terms of the start of it. Can they get the cause? They'll look towards Nisha. Nisha with the BKB TP out. They've got nothing to stop it. He'll get away, but the song's up to put a stop to the escape of Mickey as Gaming Gladiators surround the Nature's Prophet. There's no save left for Mickey as Gladiators hit back hard.
Duracho with the sneaky play, just playing around. He looks like he's, I mean, it's like a typical Duracho. Hey guys, we got him.
That was a good bait.
He's got the whole team with him.
And now they could try for a bit of a push themselves. I mean, with this, it is 80 seconds, no Mickey.
That is very true. He does not have that buyback. Not yet, 500 gold away. He probably doesn't want to use it anyway. They've got the glyph. We'll be able to stall things out a bit here.
It is okay, still 1 minute and 45 seconds for the Roshan. So when he's back in, Liquid will have the full lineup back in force.
That could have been a pretty crucial moment. If it was one of those instant spawns, Gaming could have potentially snuck
check this out again. I mean, you're absolutely right. Duracho, just kind of going for the bait play here, and Liquid, they kind of take the bait.
And they took the fight too. I was watching Mickey attempting for some split push potentially. It seemed like sending his trade, but he made the call to join. So they thought that they could probably take this fight, but overall, positioning from Gaming was a bit too superior with that song that isolates Mickey afterwards. And the damage from Duracho, it's getting pretty scary.
And Mickey, and that BKB just not lasting quite long enough to allow him the safety to escape. Comes to an end, and Tofu's got the answer.
1 minute till the rush. They're going to check it out. They wish it was up immediately. 20 seconds, Mickey. Liquid still got to make the smoke out. They don't have the same information, so they've got to at least get something. They've got to poke their face there to see. AC was finished for Nisha.
They may have the net worth lead, but Gaming Gladiators certainly have the position advantage here.
Duracho.
He's going to find 33 to start things off. He's going to try and open the play. There'll be an avalanche that trips up Quinn straight away. Quinn, he's got to be careful. Burst down about a third of the HP. Backup comes in from AC straight over towards Insania. The coil's there. Quinn, he's been able to isolate the two supports on the back line. The Duracho, he's bringing in the damage. They're taking down Insania. Boxy getting low. He'll get another snowball off though, Boxy. They've finished on Tofu. Buyback comes in from Quinn. Snowball over towards Celery, but Boxy had to blink out. Still alive somehow on this task. 33 pots the BKB, tries to perform, but Mickey's actually blocked 33 off it inadvertently there with the Sprout. Goes for Duracho, but Duracho is able to get over this sort of area of the map that Liquid, they can't traverse quite as easily.
He's
breaking away from them, but they've got the chase down. They've got another set of catch with the Sprout, and Mickey bringing in the damage. Liquid, they push for the fight. They get the combo onto Quinn. He's run out of orbs to jump to. He's got it back up in a second, but the crit comes in there hard from Nisha. Quinn, it's a dieback on him. Liquid, they push for the fight. They take it, and they're straight into the Roche pit.
Nobody else is doing damage but Duracho. At some point, he just can't do it on his own. These three tanky cores, they sustain through all of it. With that buyback coming in, Quinn actually buys back, TPs to the top outpost, and goes through the Twin Gate to try to get involved because he got picked off very early on there. This avalanche from Nisha was absolutely absurd. It kind of read the play and broke that initial go that Gaming wanted to get to try to pop Duracho. And there you see Quinn, he does get punched up and brought down, so they have that number advantage for a good amount of time in this fight.
Times in this game, we're seeing Boxy just living on a slither of health.
Unbelievable
and getting to play out multiple sets of his abilities. And this gives them the chance for Liquid to re-engage. And at this part of the fight, you know, Quinn, as you say, buying back, it's just not enough to shift the tides of the team fight.
No, it takes him too long to get there, because it's not like it's his outpost bottom. He has to TP top, go through a twin gate. Took him an extra 15 seconds or so to re-get inside that fight. And now, Mega's been claimed. Liquid, they have 45 seconds.
They're pushing on. The fortification comes out. 40 seconds in which Gaming Gladiators is going to have to try and defend without Quinn. Ace looking for the lead, but he gets caught immediately by the Avalanche. Bounces away with the Ogre Seal turn. The Stampede's there to get back, but the tier 4s are falling. Liquid, they're onto the edge. Gaming Gladiators have got anything to stop this. They do not. GG's going to be called. Liquid take game 2.
They are playing so aggressive from the early game to the mid game. They're just very...
Gila. Liquid mantep 2-0. Satu match lagi berarti. Kalau udah 3-0 menang guys langsung. Hero-nya nggak meyakinkan gitu tuh dah. Mungkin telat farming. Aku pikir puknya sih. Puknya susah juga sih kalau lawan Tini di mid. Keras dia loh.
I can't imagine we're going to see the Shadow Demon Tusk duo get through.
There's no way you can give them both, and probably at least not that Tusk, because Boxy out of control.
Well, there we go. So far, ladies and gentlemen, crazy stuff from Team Liquid here in this best of 5. They are 2 games up, 1 game away from claiming the championship title against Gaming Gladiators. Can Gaming Gladiators turn this one around? It's going to be tough. 2-0 at the moment for Team Liquid.
Oh, how the tables have turned. It was just about a month ago in this grand finals duo. These 2 teams were up against each other in a best of 5, and it was Gaming Gladiators that was up 2 games in a grand finals, and they made it look easy. I will say this is a very competitive final so far, because Gaming Gladiators is putting up one heck of a fight. But Team Liquid doing it here again in game 2, now on match point in this best of 5. Before we get to game 3, there's so much to talk about, and I think there's one thing I just like to highlight. I think sometimes when we see patch notes, Lacoste, and we see a hero having +1 armor, and everybody's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I think Boxy just proved how important just one different in stat can make. How did he live so frequently, such a sliver of HP?
Yeah, Boxy definitely a professional e-gamer that reads patch notes. This guy is playing out of his freaking mind. I did praise him before this game. I've been praising him throughout the whole year. Definitely deserves the praise. And with drinking buddies, or should we call it skull buddies, because he's pulling them out of so many troubles. I gotta point out the support duo, Insania and Boxy, playing the same heroes twice in a row, having Shadow Demon, having Tusk as well. You have this break mechanic, but it's gonna be nullified by both Disruption and the Snowball, so you're not gonna get the full value. One of the reasons why 33 was playing so aggressive into them.
Yeah, and those 2 supports, they went for Blink Dagger so early on. You had these double blinks in a game where Gaimin were already on the back foot, making it so that any move that they tried to make, the Liquid supports were there to counteract them. And in games where you're losing so hard, you just need any kill that you can get to get you back. But no, Boxy and Insania, an amazing job. But I also want to talk about 33 on this bristleback. He hit his item timing so early, from a free lane to being uncontested in the triangle to showing up bottom at minute 14 with an Aghanims, a Voodoo Mask, and completely popping off.
Liquid, they just have such a formidable triple threat, right? You've got the Tusk, the SD, and the Tiny. At any minute, if you don't execute on your jump, like you said, the saves are going to come into play, Nisha's going to hit a clutch avalanche. BKBs weren't really a thing for gaming too much in this game. So the avalanche, the toss, it was such high value for Liquid to utilize, and we've got to go to gaming. They're drafting themselves into a position of such high pressure moments. You're in the grand finals of TI, you want to get your first Aegis, and they're making themselves, like they're making the fight so difficult. And that's where Liquid is such a strong team. They exploit their opponent's inability to hit the perfect combination. For Gaming to get a kill, it's a stomp into a Silver Edge break, and then you murder. But Liquid, they have the supports, the Tiny, to completely break that apart. So even when there's a comeback on the cards for Gaming, they have to hit the perfect spells in high pressure situations. And if they don't, then they just lose the game. Like Liquid, there is no way you give them SD and Tusk in the next game. Like, it feels like it's illegal. Like, in this fight as well, it's like the DK goes in, they don't get the break for long enough onto the bristle because they have no follow-up damage, and then it's fully disjointed. Liquid keep kiting back, allowing for the fight to extend further. Puck goes down, has to buy back, but where's the damage? The DK, no BKB, no Satanic available. Like, it's just, he doesn't even have Satanic. He went for the Aghanims. Yeah, gaming, it's such a struggle for them. Liquid are just out of this world at the moment.
They have to split this up, this duo, because it's doing way too much. They try to counter it with Ricky in game 1. They had something prepared where you are going to pick up that shard. That cloud for Ricky is going to be something very good against both of these spells, especially once you pick up the shard, of course. But second game, they try to counter it with the silence. Puck, to jump the back lines, it was not enough. Ace also picked up the Blink Dagger relatively early on, Blade Mail into Blink Dagger. This is like top 3 Blink Dagger purchases when it comes down to timing. And also Void Spirit. I think this is the key hero that has been banned in both of these games. They do not want to give Quinn a matchup where he's going to be able to jump the backline and kill the 2 supports.
And also, Boxy on the Tusk, he goes for a Halberd. We've only seen 4 other games of Halberd being picked up. The item is non-existent in the meta, due to the fact that when you BKB, the disarm just gets removed. But Boxy, he identifies the fact that against the Ratio, he is everything. He goes for the Armlet build, the Daedalus. Like, if he doesn't have a game, then there is no damage to come out. So he goes for an item that no other player cares about, and it comes in clutch. The Solar Crest, the Halberd, again, Boxy, the Tusk. Please ban it or counterpick it. Don't let him have it.
And on the topic of the Dragon Knight, all that net worth was on Dyrachyo this game. Often Gaimin would try to make these moves with Quinn and both of his supports, but it just wasn't enough numbers. They didn't do the damage. And typically when you think about Gaimin and they snowball from the lanes into the mid game and just pop off on the map, it's with Quinn +2, right? They play as a ball themselves. This time around, that wasn't happening. Naga Siren was level 3 at minute 7, Mickey TP's in, steals the Wisdom Rune. And that's one of the hardest games I've seen Tofu play. And Quinn, without the turrets that are his supports usually, without that duo that he's able to play with, couldn't find as many moves in that early game.
So why was Naga having such a hard time? Because I've been told this is supposed to be the most contested hero and banned all the time, T.
Because of the lane. You know, Gaimin, they don't really want to put Enchantress on Tofu, therefore they force the Naga into the 4 role. They've done this before on Tofu, where he sometimes plays Bane in the 4 position, so he plays the 5 in a more greedy style. But I think Gaimin are in their own heads. The TI meta dictates, if Naga available, must pick. I personally think that they didn't need to pick Naga in this game. They could have allowed Liquid to take it, forced the SD to not get picked up because Naga's in play, and you cannot put it in the 4 role. It needs to be the 5 position, opening up the fights with Song, and your 4 has to be damaging and threatening in lane. Your Naga Centaur lane is a passive, non-pressuring lane, and I think fundamentally Gaimin kind of overcooked their draft here. They kind of stumbled into it, and yeah, I think this is probably one of the weakest drafts we've seen from Gaming so far at TI.
Well, lots to learn from that game, and we saw a lot of high fives coming out from Team Liquid. We saw in the previous game, they already had some good comms, some happy moments. I'm sure there's more of the same in game 2.
On me.
Run to me.
I'm tipping. I'm alive.
Can we go fight them?
Focus.
I'm coming from the left, Nara.
Naga will sleep. Naga sleeping. Naga can die.
Killing Naga. I'm going center.
Naga dying. Okay. They fucked up the sleep, guys. This is really bad.
Center.
Yeah, center. Plotting him.
DK on me.
I clipped him.
You're purged.
I clipped the DK, guys. DK. Everyone on DK right now. Fuck, Hench.
Kill back.
I'm sprouting the Hench. He cannot be killed.
I wanna kill back after this.
Yeah, but he has gem on the gem on the Hench.
Okay, kill him. No shot on him.
That's fucking good.
The focus, 1 by 1, Team Liquid is taking out Gaming Gladiators in that game. And now you hear it again, same as game number 1. Mickey is the one leading the charge, saying, I'm going on that guy, and everybody is following. Now, I know we talk a lot about the Tusk and the Shadow Demon, and wow, we saw 33 Bristle free game, but come on, that was twice in a row with Team Liquid, got the Nature's Prophet as their first pick, Effie. Is he not the problem, the Nature's Prophet?
I think the Nature's Prophet is putting Gaimin in a position where they feel the need to respond to it with either Chen or Enchantress. In that game 1, they picked Chen. In that game 2, they picked Enchantress, because to them, they want a hero that can steal the creep and counteract potential tower pressure. But by doing this, in game 2, they put the Naga Siren on 4, instead of maybe even rotating the heroes around, let Celery go bottom with Ace, let Tofu play it on the 5. No, they overcooked because of this Nature's Prophet. So maybe just, you know, take a breather, take a step back. You can still play those heroes if you want to. You can still let the Nature's Prophet through, but not at the sake of putting Naga Siren in an unfavorable position.
This is the big one. This is the big boy. Didn't die a single time in the previous game. Loved his itemization, picking up this early Aghanim Scepter, because they've been stacking a lot for him, knowing that the safe lane is not going to be as pressuring as it should be. So his itemization, Aghanim Scepter, picks it up relatively early on. Voodoo Mask, you know, just to have a little bit of that spell lifesteal, and then gets SNY, becomes super tanky.
But this is Bristle's minute 14 inventory. Minute 14, double bracer, arcane, voodoo mask, Aghanim Scepter. And he went bottom. They were smoked bottom, and this is when Gaimin made their first big play to kind of have a comeback in that early game. They smoked with Ace's Blink Dagger on the Centaur, got 1 kill, but then here comes 33 with that ridiculous net worth, just comes in with his Ags and just melts Centaur at that point, and it changed a lot too.
Yeah, it's why the game was so difficult. You've got a DK pick into a Bristle that you can never push the Bristle out of lane. You don't really want to contest stacks too early. Then you've already conceded the off lane, like I mentioned, so you're always playing for the comeback, sorry. So again, Gaimin, please, in this next game, bring a little bit more to the laning phase. Otherwise, we could just see a repeat. Liquid 2 games in a row, by 20 minutes, they just control everything.
I'm sure that they'll come back swinging in that third game. Before we get there, though, we're first going to check in what Tsunami and Slacks are up to.
That is right, Sheever. I am here in the crowd. Hello, Copenhagen.
I love the energy right now.
What the?
I feel, yeah, I'm there too. I'm hiding on the side of you.
This is a split screen.
We're split screening.
Well done.
We're doing PvP right now, Slacks.
Listen up, man. I went and found some gaming gladiator homies in the crowd. Everyone over here is a gaming. What is this? Liquid. Get the hell out of here. Get out. Get out. This is all gaming gladiator fans right here, and they could use some energy. Is anybody out there a gaming gladiator fan? All right. Who are you cheering for? Who are you calling out?
Duraccio, let's go!
Duraccio! Okay. How you feeling? Any advice for the boys that are listening to you in the back?
We know that you can do it. We trust you. Tofu, please. We can do it. 3 matches. Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go! All right. You promised me full energy.
I will give you full energy.
I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to let you hold the mic. Do not make me regret this, okay? You've got this.
Okay, guys.
Are we standing up?
In Norway, we have a word that's called forsvinn, and it rhymes with quinn. So it basically means quinn or disappear. So can I get a quinn or forsvinn? Quinn or forsvinn? Quinn or forsvinn? Quinn or forsvinn? You got this guy 3 games now, baby!
Yeah, baby! All right, good luck, Tsunami. Good luck following that up.
That's very cute, Slacks. I like that you found fans. But let me just ask the whole arena. Royal Arena in Copenhagen. Are you rooting for Liquid right now? What more do I need to say, Slacks? I think they did the talking for me.
Boo. That is bull! All right, Gaming Gladiator fans, one more time. He thinks he's already won. This team thinks they've already won, but we are still here. GG, one more time. Are you ready?
All right, forget the partisanship. Royal Arena, are you ready for some more Dota? I guarantee you it'll be a game 3 no matter what, so let's get into it.
Thank you very much, and I know that we've got a lot of fans for both teams in this arena. I think more than anything, though, they are fans of Dota 2, so whether you are rooting for Gaming Gladiators or for Team Liquid, seeing more Dota is never a bad thing. I will say it has happened. Grand Finals where there's a reverse sweep, it's not unheard of. The last time it happened, actually, unfortunately for Gaming Gladiators, Effie, they were on the receiving end of that one in Kuala Lumpur just about almost a year ago.
That was so fun. That was one of my favorite grand finals ever. This was versus Azure Ray, who pulled out this great comeback versus their lone druid strategy. And Gaimin, they often are put in positions where they're so dominant, they start to lose a few games, and they're they kind of crumble. I feel like in positions in these grand finals where we've seen them put under pressure slightly, it starts to snowball, because at last TI as well, 2023, they just got 3-0'd by Team Spirit. I refuse to believe, though, Shiver, that it's going to happen again. I refuse to believe we're going to see another 3-0 grand finals.
I refuse as well, but we're going to find out Game 3 what has it got in store for us. We'll have to wait and see a little bit longer, though, but first we're going to check in with Pudge.
Thanks, Cheever. I want to look back at that game one more time right before the next game starts, and the key hero was the bristleback, in my opinion. Watch how 3-3 plays this level 1 where he's vulnerable here. He just presses Quill Spray. Nice snowball from Tusk is going to buy him a couple seconds to press Quill Spray some more, and that basically gets him past the dangerous part of the laning stage, which gets him to the 5-minute mark where he's pretty much by himself against Duraccio. There was a nice rotation from Boxy. Meke TP's in as well, and that's going to get him first blood. That's the last time he sees a hero for a long time, because he's basically just Quill Spraying out these lanes, and then, oops, and then what he does afterwards is he starts pulling the creep waves into the jungle to clear stacks. So he's absolutely maximizing farm. This is the fastest way that you can farm in the early game, and he's getting completely uncontested. And then afterwards, he's going to clear these ancient stacks. He did get blocked by Gaming Gladiators earlier, but they are eventually dewarded. He gets 500 gold from the ancients, 400 from this large camp stack. It was a huge amount of net worth, which led to a 12-minute Ags and his ultimate rotation bottom. Now, this part of the game is really crucial for what it gives to Gaming Gladiators. By him playing this area, this is a really dangerous part of the map for the Radeon team. Most heroes just don't even touch this area. So really, the normal safe area that they take is like this. But they got a whole extra this on the map. Look how much less map space that there is on the Gaming Gladiator side of the map. They just have less resources to collect as the game goes on, and that's solely because he was so stupidly far ahead and he was playing an incredibly tanky hero. And this ultimately culminates with them collecting more gold slowly over time, and that makes their high grounds even easier, especially when they have those saves to back him up when he does get gone on. So Bloodstone on top of that, Aegis to heal up, he's able to do damage. It just makes their game and their sieging a lot easier. It's really hard to get a net worth advantage against Gaming Gladiators, but Liquid found a way in game number 2.
Thanks, Pudge. They did. And there's one thing that we talked about before game number 2. One thing that we said Gaming Gladiators should address, one or the other. They should either try to ban out Boxy or ban out 33. And they chose to do the latter, T-Gov. They chose to try to ban out 33. A lot of bans. We got Doom, Visage, Beastmaster, all removed from the pool. And so he got a bristleback. And I thought he had a hero pool that was relatively small. Like, they did what we said.
Yeah,
it kind of backfired.
They banned out 33, but then also kind of strategically banned themselves out of even playing the game. So I hope they find kind of some middle ground as they walk onto the stage and they can hear me, so I'll be polite and say, good luck guys, you got this.
I think we want to wish all 10 players the best of luck in this third game of a best of 5 for Team Liquid. They are on match point. 2-0 up against their nemesis team, against a team that has beaten them so many times in grand finals, time and time again. Was it all just a plot to learn and grow to finally, at the grandest of stages, be able to eliminate them and to take that crown, Lacoste?
Patience is the key. They've been very patient, waiting for ages, waiting forever pretty much, because last year at TI, they also got eliminated by them. So I think this team is hungry for revenge, and seems like the time has come for Team Liquid. I want to see if Quinn is ready. I want to see if he has a chewing gum in his mouth every single time he does. He's fully focused. Didn't notice it on the camera, so would like to see what he's doing right now.
I'm sure we'll get him on your screen in just a little bit. For now, we're seeing the man that has a chance of being a repeat TI champion, Effie.
He is a problem. I mean, Liquid came in full form today. They came to play. They are increasing their tempo that we've already seen dominate so many teams. They've increased it by 5 notches today, where they're making Gaming Gladiators, a team famous for their tempo, look like they can't play into it. And It's all at the core of 33 and his hero pool and the timings that he plays on. In game 1, his Visage just created such a problem after one team fight. The net worth is reversed. In this game 2, his Bristleback just completely free farms and becomes this body that blocks off Gaimin from the rest of his team. They have to do something about him, T.
Again, the cool thing with 33 is like when we think about our 2-time TI winners, right? It's like the core of OG doing it, this core of Spirit doing it, right? But to be an individual player, to go from one team of Tundra to move to a brand new team, and then to use the systems that you maybe learned at Tundra, adopt it to Liquid, to then push them to a grand finals a single game away, like that is testament to who 33 is as a player, as a person, because normally you need, multiple layers of experience to get to this position. So yeah, again, a single game and 33 will book himself into a very elite club.
Really does. And I wonder, what is the biggest difference that we see from the previous grand finals that these two teams played, where the result was so vastly different, to this grand finals, Lacoste? Because it does feel like we see an entirely different Team Liquid on the stage here.
They learned a lot. They also have a new perspective. We said that KP joined the team, so having some new, fresh ideas, because they were always so close, but had this mental thing, I would say, when it comes down to playing against gaming gladiators. And also meta does favor them. Some of the heroes that are super strong right now, 33, he is popping off. And that's why I said coming into this series that his hero pool looks small, but they also have a lot of heroes that they haven't showed yet, knowing that they had all the 2-0s in the upper bracket, so they didn't play as many matches as other teams.
Also, I feel like in the history of Liquid and Gaming often was the team that presented their strategies, and Liquid kept adapting. It's like, oh, we need to beat the ace here, we need to beat the Quinn aggression. But this is like the first time I've seen Liquid make a statement as, this is our Dota. You draft against us. They're confident. They're not coming into the series thinking, oh my god, our nemesis, we have to beat them. Like, they've made a statement in game 1 in the entire playoff bracket, and Gaming are the ones second guessing themselves. They're picking a CK Ricky in game 1. They're going for like a game 2 Naga Siren when they don't really want to play it with a puck, and everything's just a bit discombobulated. I said that, yeah, that's cool. For Gaming. And Liquid, they're not. They're just continuing to do the same thing game and game again.
And they are making the statements that T is talking about, because they're first phasing Nature's Prophet. They're letting Celery's signature Zoo heroes go through, heroes that typically counter that hero. They're letting DK go through in games that it looks really good. They beat DK 5 times now, 100% win rate Liquid has against that hero. They just eliminated Gaimin's confidence yesterday in that hero, and they're throwing out picks. They don't care if those picks get countered. They're challenging Gaimin to play the counter picks, and Gaimin are doing that and losing.
Yeah, I wonder, this game that we just watched, game number 2, had that Naga Siren in it, the one that we've seen banned for the majority of this event. Being able to beat it, T, surely gives a gigantic strategic advantage for Team Liquid.
I mean, we're looking at the ages. It feels like they're minutes away from potentially lifting it, and that's where strategically I agree. Naga Siren is going to be a key piece of the puzzle here. Will Gaming ban it? Are they scared to pick it again? Honestly, if I'm Gaming, maybe give it to Liquid. Try and show us how, we just saw Naga lose. Try and beat it yourself.
Let's see if they will allow Team Liquid to have that. Let's see if they can 3-0 this grand finals, or if Gaming Gladiator will push it to a next game. We're going to head into this third game.
Team Liquid versus Gaming Gladiators Grand Finals Game 3.
It is match point for Team Liquid. 2 games up here, and they will start this game 3 on the Dire side. They will have their first pick. It means Gaming Gladiators is Radeon side, and they will have their overall last pick. And it also means that we already know what the Naga Siren will do. And we've seen the learning curve for the Tusk as well, as both Naga and Tusk, together with the Doom and the Sand King, are banned in this third game. Team Liquid, they have so far banned that Broodmother as well as the Lone Druid, and we'll follow that up with Diracho's Alchemist as well. But once again, for the third time in a row, Nature's Prophet, first pick by Team Liquid, Lacoste.
This is confidence. This to me says the ball is in your court, like, you gotta address this. Like, you gotta do something about this Nation's Prophet. We've shown it 2 times already. You were unable to beat it. There's not gonna be Tusk this time around, so he's not gonna have that extra save, extra damage that could come out. Gaming Gladiators, they know what's up. They need to shift things around, and I like the switch up already. I think Wind Ranger has shown, and we've also seen from Mickey yesterday, when it's a good game for Wind Ranger, you should pick it, and also the itemization that he did go for the Revenant's Brooch. There's still a lot of things in Dota to be explored.
And it's going to give Dyrachyo an earlier timing to play on. It's going to give him the ability to go through the gate and help his team when the side lanes are going poorly. He couldn't do that in either game. We've seen Dyrachyo just hit the jungle, come out with a minute 15 Maelstrom into BKB, collapse with his team and take a lot of objectives. I want to see that kind of playstyle out of Dyrachyo. We don't want to see him sitting back and farming on a DK for 50 minutes.
Yeah, and in the previous game, we saw elements of the strategy coming to life for gaming. Like when Liquid came to the high ground, there was points of pressure. Liquid had to second guess how often they could be aggressive. It was just Dyrachyo versus the world. So this time around, with the Windrunner, have some elements of, you know, Tofu being able to make a statement. And then when Liquid comes for that inevitable death ball, be ready, have the tools to try and withstand it. Because so far, not the case.
And also just hero to hero, Wind Ranger has a very comfortable matchup against Nature's Prophet with the Windrun, with the power shot to cut through his Sprout. With the Whirlwind later on, she's always going to be able to output damage even if she's Gleipnired.
Yeah, we got a Monkey King and a Shadow Demon ban. It is Team Liquid themselves that ban out the Shadow Demon there. So 2 saving supports that we've seen so far in both games are removed. I wanted to point out that in terms of offlaners, we now do see the Bristleback removed from the pool by Gaming themselves, but that Visage is still in. The one that we saw coming out for Team Liquid in game number 1, Visage is still in, and Tigov, that's a Marcy.
I would love to see Liquid go for a Treant Protector now, but I'll cover that in a second. Gaming though, with the Marcy, we used to see it a lot when it was about maybe half a year ago, because against ranged cores, you get that phase boost BKB, you get a Basher, you lock onto a ranged hero, and they don't get to play Dota. They get, you know, half HP, 100 to 0 by the support. It also amps up the Windrunner, and it does take a bit of time though, but it's the aggression that Gaming expect. Liquid though, like I said, the Treant Protector, I'd love this here. The Overgrowth against Windrunner, you get Maelstrom BKB, Overgrowth, you're now nullified in the fight. Wow. The speed in which Liquid want to play.
It's the same for every single game. Visage gives them that extra gold. We've seen game 1, that Visage, even though they were 7k gold down, all it takes is one good fight. Suddenly your net worth is going to skyrocket because of your facet. I want to see what the pairing is going to be if they want to go for another melee hero. So far, Boxy